Alright, I'm going to do a quick walk around video. The car's actually for sale, so that's why I'm doing this video for somebody who requested it. They wanted to see a little bit more. So I'm just going to start at the front, go all the way around. Iragi alternator, 300 amp. I've never had any problems with it. So despite all the negative things said about Iragi, I've never had any issues. There's 4 runs of 4-aught welding cable. 2 positive, 2 negative, going all the way to the back. It is set up for 16 volts. So there's the regulator there, and the relay to run that. Other than that, everything in the engine bay looks pretty clean as far as electrical. A little bit of dust, but that makes sense. Other than that, you can see all the wiring is pretty nice. So that's pretty much it for that. The inside, I do have the doors done, all fiberglass. Top half of the panel is a factory panel, bottom is all done. The Dayton Audio mids there, the 6s and the 5s, truncated frames. I did the truncated frames to kind of match up with the door, and then add a little bit of space here. And then the Sundown NeoPro 8s, and doors sound pretty nice. So they're a little bit dirty, but that's just from the wear and tear, I guess. Going inside, I mean, this is all just cosmetic stuff, just dust, because that's how I roll. So I removed the seats, or the headrests, made it a little bit louder on the meter, so that's why I did that. Currently have just the enclosure, no woofers. This is a parallel tuned 6th order, so we have ports on each side. And then the enclosure for the 815s here. I did weather stripping around the woofers. Inside the box, looks like a mess, all the wiring. Inside there right now is all new concepts. OFC 8 gauge for all the wiring. And you can see the steel bracing here. So that's steel angle welded all the way around. Steel bracing in the back. There's also steel threaded rod welded to that frame to hold the port wall in. So there's where that comes out. So no flex on the port wall. Other than that, enclosure's fiberglass right to the center console. Move the seat back again. Power seats work. Hey. Okay, so enclosure's fiberglass right to the center console, fiberglass right to the stripper pole, right to the ceiling. So basically, everything is all one piece. It's all fiberglass together right to the headliner. So, and then I have 6 more Dayton mids here, truncated frames again. Passenger side door, head unit on the ground. I always run it outside, so that's how I did it. I do have the gauge here. That's Dakota digital gauge for the air suspension. EQS 746 Clarion equalizer for everything, so that makes it sound pretty nice. Fiberglass center console again, just a little dusty. And then 2 voltmeters for 16 volts and 12 volts. Fiberglass in there, and then here's the buttons for the suspension. So front, back, and then this is the selector for up and down. So some interesting wiring there. It's pretty unique. B-pillars. You can see I did the B-pillars here. The bed liner. And then this part's all smooth. So you can see the cutoff line where it's smooth painted and then bed liner. So that's what that looks like. Oh, and I forgot the pillars. 10 Dayton 2.5s. They sound pretty good. This is a little, doesn't really fit the best because of the fiberglass on the ceiling, so I mean that could be fixed pretty easy. But yeah, both the pillars are done like that. Those sound pretty nice. So now I can go to the back. We'll start here. I just removed this door panel because when I had my 200.4 mounted here, the door wouldn't close. So basically the amp was too thick because I built this out so far. You can see how far out it's built, right to the weather stripping. So the door closes perfect right around that. I do still have the 200.4, and that may come with it, just so there's an amp for the mids, and then all the wiring and stuff down here. So I can explain that upon the sale. So this is the trunk. It won't come with the batteries. Maybe one, or if I can work something out with somebody where they want a system playing, I'll part with some of the batteries. But steel welded battery rack, all the air suspension underneath, everything works well, so there's no issues with that. The step downs here, I just had this thrown in quick for finals last year, so all this stuff can be cleaned up and taken out, or whatever you want to do with it, or whatever you want me to do with it. So then the same thing again here. Looks just like the other side, but then the door panel's on this side because I didn't have any amps mounted here. Here's the runs of the 4-aught, pretty big stuff. So there's 4 runs of that. Sono tube is what I use to fiberglass everything to the B pillars and round it off nice. So other than that, here's the other door. Same as the other side. So alright. And I also did the bed liner here. You can see how it's shiny, smooth, and then it's bed liner on the bottom, and then you can see the line going across, so it's basically smooth up here and then bed liner down there where the seat rubs. So yeah, that's pretty much that. That's the car. It's kind of dark out. That's the car laid out on the ground. It does have the stock wheels on it right now. I do have the sets of 22s for it. 22s will probably need new tires. I also have another set of the factory wheels. Those are like the limited 17-inch wheels. They're not the steel ones with the hubcaps. They're the actual rim. And I have a set of 24s for it, but they're cracked. So if you know people that can fix rims, you'll probably get a good deal. I'll just let you take all that stuff if you want it. So that's that. And the never satisfied on the front. So let me know if you got any questions.